There may have been a time when you trusted yourself more easily. You knew when something felt right. You knew when something did not. You had preferences, instincts, and a sense of what mattered to you. Somewhere along the way, that may have changed. Other people's opinions became louder. Their expectations became more important. Their approval became more reassuring than your own inner knowing. And eventually, when your own voice spoke, you began questioning it. You wondered if you were overreacting, if you were being too sensitive, if you were making the wrong choice, or if someone else knew better than you. And maybe after doing that for a long time, your own voice became harder to hear. So today, I want us to reflect on this. How do you find your way back to your own voice? I do not think most people lose their voice all at once. It usually happens gradually, one small compromise at a time. You say yes when you want to say no. You feel hurt, but you convince yourself it's not a big deal. You know you are tired, but you keep pushing because other people depend on you. You want something different, but choose what will create the least disappointment. Those moments can seem small, but over time, they teach you to look outside yourself before looking within. You begin questioning or asking, what do they think? What would make everyone else comfortable? What is the safest choice? And sometimes you keep asking other people for advice, even when you already sense the answer. Not because you need more information, but because you want permission to trust yourself. Perhaps you were told you were too emotional, too sensitive, too difficult. Perhaps you learned that being agreeable kept the peace, that being dependable made you valuable, that being strong meant not needing much or too much. So you adapted. You became responsible, thoughtful, accommodating, easy to rely on. Those qualities may have helped you in many ways, but they may also have taught you to pay close attention to everyone else while slowly losing touch with yourself. And this is not about blaming anyone. It is simply about recognizing a pattern. Because once you can see how you became disconnected from your own voice, you can begin finding your way back. One of the hardest parts of reconnecting with yourself is knowing what your own voice sounds like. Because when you pause and listen, you may hear many things at once: fear, guilt, obligation, other people's expectations, and somewhere underneath all of that is your own voice. Fear often sounds urgent. You can say things like, you cannot get this wrong. If you disappoint them, everything will fall apart. If you make the wrong choice, you will regret it forever. Fear wants certainty. Your own voice may sound different. It may be quieter, simpler, more honest. It may say things like, I know this is difficult, but this no longer feels right for me. I care about them, but I cannot keep doing this. I'm afraid, but I also know something needs to change. I do not have every answer, but I know what I can no longer ignore. And sometimes your own voice may tremble. It may not sound strong or polished. It may come with doubt, but a shaky voice can still be a truthful voice. I think many people are waiting to feel completely certain before they trust themselves. But perhaps certainty is not the first step. Perhaps the first step is honesty. Admitting, this is what I feel, this is what I want, this is what I know right now. Not forever, not perfectly, but honestly. And then slowly learning to respond to yourself with respect. Because you rebuild self trust the same way trust is built in any relationship, by listening, by responding, by becoming dependable. Where something inside says, I'm tired, and you allow yourself to rest, you build trust. When something says, that hurts, and you acknowledge it instead of dismissing it, you build trust. When you pause before giving an automatic yes, you build trust. Little by little, your voice becomes easier to recognize because it learns that you are beginning to listen. But I think there is one part of finding your voice that may be harder than hearing it. It is accepting what that voice may ask you to change. Because sometimes we do hear ourselves. We simply do not like the consequences of listening. Sometimes your voice is already saying, I am exhausted. This relationship is hurting me. I need help. I have changed. I cannot continue in the same way. And those truths are difficult because listening may require something from you. It may require setting a boundary, disappointing someone, changing a familiar role, admitting that something is not working, choosing something other people may not understand. That is why we sometimes say we're confused, and sometimes we truly are. But sometimes, beneath the confusion, there is a quiet knowing, a truth we have been circling for months, or maybe even years. And maybe the question is not, where did my voice go? Maybe the question is, what has my voice been saying that I have been afraid to acknowledge? You do not have to change your whole life today. You do not need to have every answer. But perhaps you can begin by telling yourself the truth, quietly, privately, honestly. You can begin by saying, this is how I really feel. This is what I really need. This is what I can no longer ignore. Finding your way back to your own voice is not a one perfect moment. It happens gradually. Each time you pause before automatically agreeing. Each time you honor your feeling instead of dismissing it. Each time you allow your perspective to matter. Your voice may have become quiet, but quiet does not mean gone. It may still be there, beneath the fear, beneath the guilt, beneath the expectation, waiting for you to listen. And perhaps finding your way back begins with a gentle question. What do I know deep down that I have been afraid to trust? Thank you for spending some time with me today. And until next time, be kind to yourself.